Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to season two of the Ill-Advised podcast. You may notice something a little different.
Yep.
We have video now. Holy shit.
Luckily, they didn't see what the studio looked like before we had video.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to season two.
Welcome back.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to DeVault Metalworks for this guy right here.
Look at that.
That beauty.
Looks pretty good.
I designed it. They cut it out. No big deal.
You felt the need to throw that in there?
Yes, exactly. Anyway.
Good deal. Welcome back, everybody. Jared, welcome back. Gabe, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
How long were we gone?
Well,
It was like 6 months.
6 months.
7 months.
Yeah, we had a little
been
hiatus,
depressing.
6-month hiatus, but we wanted to do things right. We wanted to kind of fancy this place up a little bit for you guys.
We wanted to give you an eye full of good stuff.
And the funny part about it is we really didn't start doing shit until like last month. so we were gone for 6 months, but we started doing shit last month.
Well, I wasn't going to include that part, but anyway.
Welcome back. Hey, it's a special day today.
It is a very special day today.
Gabe, why is it special?
I don't know.
He's about to ask me. It's special because we got a special guest. All the way from somewhere special, somewhere not so far, yet a pretty close neighbor. It's a different country, and it's not Mexico. Gabe, what's left?
Canada.
There you go. There you go. We have Miss Karen Langston here at the helm with us.
If she wouldn't have said Canada earlier, I wouldn't have guessed that.
You wouldn't have guessed it?
Probably not.
Why?
I'd have probably said Alaska.
Hi, Karen.
Hey, how's it
Welcome
going?
to the Ill-Advised podcast.
Thank you. Is it my very, very Casper skin that gave it away and you think I was from Alaska?
But you know
I don't know.
There's some Canada next to an Alaska.
See?
See, it kind of works.
I'm pretty sure they're both cold.
It's in betwixt.
Exactly.
It's in betwixt.
So this, I don't know what that means. So anyway, this is exciting. So we have Karen Langston all the way, but you didn't necessarily drive from Alaska, did you?
No, or Canada.
Or
no.
Canada.
No, I came. I was actually living in Arizona, which is even funnier because I should be tanned, right? 'Cause I lived
a little
in-
bit.
A little
That's
bit.
like
no.
the polar opposite.
You can reach out.
Exactly.
You could go get your mail and come back with a tan.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I spend too much time inside. So I was living in Arizona, and just to let you know,
Yes.
you guys are the first to know this. I've never publicly told anybody this.
Uh-oh.
Ready?
Hold on, Gabe.
What is it?
I got my citizenship in May last year.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. So
Right
I'm
on.
an American
Welcome.
citizen. Thank
So
you.
you're legit now.
I'm legit. I came very close to being illegal. Yes, very down to the wire. Very, very close. Yeah.
That's okay. Texas doesn't care about that.
Neither does Arizona, apparently.
You're fine here. Nothing to worry about. So Karen, tell us a little bit about yourself. So we know you got your citizenship, and you are good old USA.
Yes, I'm dual
Joint.
now.
You have joint citizenship.
I'm dual. Yeah.
You're a dual citizenship. That's
Yep.
cool.
Nice.
Pretty cool,
Good friend
right?
of our good friend John Kirby. I think he's got dual citizenship. Just name drop somebody. I don't know why.
Wow.
So Karen, tell me a little bit, or
I
tell
like his vacuum
us,
cleaners.
tell these guys, tell everybody listening a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. Okay, so let's see. I'm a holistic nutritionist, which I think is really boring. So I then became really interested in the whole digestive system. And at one time I had Crohn's disease. I don't have it anymore because I cured myself. And I can say that now because I'm in my 10th year. So
Nice.
apparently if you
Okay,
don't-
so there's a distinction there.
Yes.
You have to have a certain time.
10 years,
10
no
years.
symptoms, no medication. So I'm in my 10th year, so now I can use the cure word.
So true
Hollywood.
remission.
Would, yeah,
Congratulations on that.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
And I got really interested in the digestive system, and I got really, really interested in poop. And so I'm known as the poop queen.
Nah.
And it's really funny too because I have a program where I was teaching health coaches and other types of practitioners, healthy gut advisor. And one of the girls was on the radio and she just went on, and they said, okay, what do you want to talk about today? It was some, FM radio show that she was on. She goes, let's talk about poop. Dead silence. Absolutely dead silence. And they were so intrigued. She was only supposed to be on for a couple of minutes, and she was on for like a whole 15-minute segment, and all they did was just talk about poop. And it's because nobody talks about poop anymore.
Well, I do.
I often talk about
I do, but it comes in the
poop.
context of usually I walk in shame away. And,
Well,
but I don't know how we're going to be able to tag Queen Lady Queen of Poop, because we may get some pretty suggestive tags connected to that one.
I'm sure everybody listening or watching was wondering what you were doing on this podcast until you said you were the queen of poop.
Well, here's another part, too.
Like, yeah, it makes sense
Right.
now.
Okay, now this is actually super cool, too. I was really nervous to be here. Like, I'm really glad that there's at least one more female here offset, because I was like, oh my gosh, I've never been in a room full of guys. Like, so much testosterone going on. And I do an
not in
over
this room.
50, over 50 podcast with another woman, and all we do is just kind of talk like girl things. And then I was like, what am I supposed to talk about?
Well, the good
I
thing
don't
is-
know what to talk about.
Gabe does too.
What?
Talk about girly stuff.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, do you?
Depends.
He wears secret deodorant.
I do. I wear
secret-
You wear
Wear
secret deodorant? You put it on your
Yes.
feet, too?
I used to shave my legs, my arms, most of my body, pretty much.
Well,
Just not
that's
that.
because you
That's
weightlifted, though, right?
No.
No.
Nothing.
I didn't start like
Never
going to
in
the
his
gym
life.
until recently.
So you just had an OCD thing going on, and you just
Yeah,
like, what if?
I shaved all the time. I like to smell fruity as fuck. I love the way my arms and my legs felt after one of those fresh shaves.
Like you just kind of slide into bed, and if you're not careful, you just fall right out of it.
Yeah, because like the sheets are like rubbing against your body, and you're like rubbing your.
Okay, but can we up the game? Have you ever been waxed?
No, I have not.
Okay, so let everything grow in. This would be a great, now that you're on video, you need to take you and go get waxed. I mean everything.
done.
And I'm talking down south, baby. Go
Oh.
get waxed.
But that's a really sensitive spot.
Actually had a wax.
Oh, it's coming out.
just my back though. Like I only had like my back.
You
waxed and
didn't do
everything.
your balls or anything?
No,
It's like the eyelid. It's super sensitive. You can't do that.
Wait a second, Chris. How do you know it's sensitive like your eyelids?
Well,
Just ask
because
it.
on one of my podcasts, we were using trimmers, and remember when we talked about that on that episode? It was like when a cord gets sucked up the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just pretty damn painful. It was just like, smoke coming out from the bottom of the bathroom door.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. So,
Okay, here-
back to the poop queen.
Okay, wait, before you go into that, I
Yeah.
just wanted to mention that, yes, I was living in Arizona.
Yes.
I no longer have a fixed address. I sold everything I own, sold my car, sold my house.
Oh,
sold all
a
my
fixed
beliefs.
address, like your home.
I have no fixed address. My
Whoa.
home is on wheels. I own a 45-foot RV, 45-foot long RV. It's a motor coach. And I just learned how to drive it, and I drove 4 hours to here. And I'm not sure if I want to do it again.
So you sold the home. You learned how to drive after the fact.
It's a diesel pusher, by the way. Yeah, so it's Jake brake and everything.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, we're talking.
Well, see, 2 of the 3 people have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. J-brake.
Oh, because like you're into sensual stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so like when you're,
know
when
what?
you see an 18-wheeler go down the road,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they hit those brakes and it goes.
Yeah.
That's a Jake brake. That's air going through the brake to slow the sucker down. Because if you don't slow it down, those things don't stop on a dime.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
even about to drive something like that. I don't even like driving a truck.
You know what's crazy? I actually drive trains for a living.
No way.
Yeah, so I've learned how to actually drive a locomotive, like a full-blown.
I need to do
big
that now.
Coal train. Oh man.
I've flown a plane.
Damn.
I have my motorcycle's license.
You have flown,
Yep.
and you drive 27 school buses combined into one, essentially.
Exactly,
That's what
right?
it probably sounds like. We're gonna have
Yeah.
to take a look at that.
It's 45 feet long, and then
Good
it's got a car on the back
Lord.
end of it. They call it a toad, so it's got on the back. It's a diesel pusher. Yep. It's like the big thing. I mean, yeah. And the crazy thing is I was like freaking out over hills. So I went and saw a hypnotherapist because I didn't think I could do it. So that helped. But when we were pulling to here, I don't know what you call that hill. There's like this. It's on the highway. And it's like an overpass thingy, and it's a hill, and it's turning.
Oh yeah. The flyover.
Oh, the flyover.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah,
If
it's like a baby spaghetti bowl when compared to like Dallas Fort Worth
Yeah.
or big
Do you
city.
know how small those guardrails are? Those guardrails don't even come up to a quarter of the tires on that
Yeah.
motorhome. I kid you not.
You'd go straight over.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting used to turns because in a truck, your tires are over your butt,
I
right?
would have shit
so you
myself.
Don't, look, when you drive a car, just think of yourself like that chola or that chola, right? So
Yeah.
you've got the window down, you've got your arm out the car.
That was you?
Your Doritos, wind flying in your hair.
Dorito.
Gabe would
On
have
the
been a bowl.
Right? And you're just one hand in it like this? Nothing like that's happening in this motorhome, okay? You've got both hands on the wheel, and you are so stiff that when you stand up, you're still in the same position that you were when you were driving.
White knuckle.
What?
White knuckle.
Oh, white
That's what we
knuckle,
call
knee
white
knuckle,
knuckle.
butt knuckle. I mean, everything was knuckled on me.
That was Gabe's nickname in high school. Butt knuckle.
So here I am, I'm going up
Because
this
it only
hill.
went in one knuckle. Whoa. Gabe finally got that.
He's gonna
I
burp
thought that's
again.
what you were going with.
Give it a few minutes.
So that's like a bowling ball about to hit the gutter. I mean, you
Lordy.
would have. I would.
I was
would've pooped
praying,
myself.
shitting, screaming, and crying all on the inside.
So were you driving by yourself?
No, well, I've got my husband behind me. I've got a husband. I do have a husband. I call him husband because nobody knows he exists. He's an introvert. I call him a recluse, and there's no pictures of him. So when people actually meet him, they're like, "Oh, there really is a husband."
So it's not a euphemism for something.
Yeah.
It's really truly an actual husband.
An actual husband, and
That's nice.
he is a CDL, so he is a commercial driver's license. He's driven trucks his whole life.
And he let
He's been a
you
truck-
do the
But you're
flyover.
driving.
Right? That's
You're
because
gonna learn.
we're both still working on the road. That's why. So
Oh, I
he
see,
and
I
here's the
see.
thing.
Okay.
When we got it, he's like, no, we don't have time to train you. No. And he's also a commercial trainer as well. So I was like, okay, I'll let this go. And I knew as soon as we started driving and he saw me sitting in the passenger side going, oh, I got 5 hours to do whatever I want.
He threw
He's
you in
like,
the wolf pack.
now we've got to train you. So now he's training me while he's sitting there taking calls and on the computer he goes, just hit the Jake brake. And I'm like, get off the phone. I need you beside
No,
me.
see, that's like being thrown in the deep end and learning how to swim.
Well, that's what
Oh,
he
yeah.
said. That's how you learn how to drive it. You just get in there and do it.
That's true.
So I'm going up this hill flipping out, and all I wanted to do was let the wheel go and go, I can't do this. And it's like you're in the middle of a turn and there's no guardrails. I gotta go through it. I got through the other side and
I think she was going straight up Central Freeway, Kale, and I think she was. Oh, did you park by the waterfalls?
yeah,
She went on the highest one.
Okay.
that one.
She went on the.
I just pictured the movie Speed.
That's
the
what
whole
came.
time you-
I felt like
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, man. I'm telling you, I was like,
Who's the other
I'm
guy? Was it
afraid.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that
just,
one.
I had to enter that. I wanted to say Keanu Reeves, but I probably would have said Kevin Bacon. So I got to make sure
Yeah.
I would have said.
Oh,
something.
I'm telling you, I was having a Sandra Bullock moment. Trust me, I just
Don't
wanted
go
to let
above 40 or under 50. I don't know what it was.
I
but,
was, and he kept saying speed up because it helps with the turn. I'm like, I don't want to speed up. 65's good.
That sounds counterintuitive. I don't know. So you nearly shit yourself.
and cried and peed. Yes.
So I want to take that as a jumping point to about to this queen of poop.
Of course.
What does it take to be the queen of poop?
Oh my.
I mean, I'm assuming there's several levels of this royal hierarchy. How did you get to queen?
Yeah. Everybody named me that. They just named me the Queen of Poop. I was on the road for 2 years speaking, and I was living in Mexico, which is where I met you all.
Yes.
And when I wasn't in Mexico, I was traveling across the United States speaking, and part of my whole segment was talking about poop. And the funny thing was that the first time I had gone to that health retreat, I'm a nutritionist, I know about fiber, but there, I mean, they really packed on the fiber, and I had the most amazing poop of my life, and I didn't even know.
I love it.
I didn't even know I could have that. Like this.
See, I get excited too.
And this is before Instagram, of course. So I really
Take
wanted
no
to
pictures.
put my poop on Facebook and just have
There's some
people
websites out there, Gabe, you
understand
probably
the
know this.
moment of this. It's kind of like, when you see horse poop and you see all the hay and everything?
Yes.
And it's like
Oh,
this
yeah.
very nice, robust. I had that kind of a poop. And I eat
Hopefully
a lot of
less the hay.
vegetables.
Not
Less
the hay.
hay.
Less hay.
Okay.
Okay.
Less hay.
That's
And
awesome.
so I just wanted to put this on Facebook and just share it with people who understood how important this was to me. So I became known as the Queen of Poop. And so I was always talking about poop. And even in my lectures, I just have a whole thing about poop. So that's kind of how I got it.
So I don't think it's now. I don't feel so bad. Like there are times where I'm just taking one of those. Like you're sitting down and prepared to just let rip, and after it's done, you don't even have a chance to take a look at it. You're proud of yourself. You've kind of hit this level of like
yeah.
Exactly.
triumph, and
You
And
feel
it's-
empty inside.
Right.
In a good
That's
way.
a
You
good
feel
moment.
like-
In
I
a
love
good
those
way, yeah.
moments.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know it's going to be a good day because
Yeah.
you had this empty out. Like you're just like, oh, I'm on top of the world. Bring the burritos
and
on.
It's one of
Exactly.
well, it's like one of those things where it's like, man, I feel like I was able to like, I don't know, like it almost kind of feels like I got not only everything out, but I scheduled it correctly. I wasn't in here too long. I didn't realize I was shitting, and that you almost want to get up and take a look at it.
What do you mean almost? You should.
I do.
I look
Okay,
at it
good.
every time.
You need to take
Oh, yeah.
pictures if it's that good. Share it. I know you guys would love to see
I've
the
had a
pictures,
question
right?
mark. So okay, so let's talk about this. What makes a good shit?
What?
What makes a good shit?
What makes a good
Remix!
shit? What? Okay, so what makes a good, like, do you mean to come out or to formulate it?
Well, I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Jared, what do you consider a good shit?
A good shit is when you're on there and you're just choking out a caca cobra and you stand up and you wipe and it's clean. You throw it in there and you go about your day like nothing happened.
How long did you wipe for, though? How many squares did you use?
That's important. You know what, Karen? That's really important. Jared, we're about to determine whether you're a dirty motherfucker.
Come on, Jared. Mind blowing, baby.
When there's no more shit on the shit tickets, it's time to go.
Okay, but like, are you like wadding up? Is it 1 square, 12 squares? Like, is it many wipes? How many wipes?
It's enough to keep my fingers from poking myself in the butthole.
Okay, and then once you do that, then how many more of those wads do you have to do? Or is it just 1 wad wipe?
I mean,
See?
typically it's a lot more, but I mean, but the best shits are where you just wipe once, it's clean, and you go about your business.
Exactly. So you hit the key point there. The best shit is if you only need to use 1 square of toilet paper. Did you know that you can actually have a full-on shit with 1 square of toilet paper and out the door you go?
Teach me.
Right?
No.
Because
joke.
in today's day and age, right now, that's very important.
And it's
I
and
feel
the,
like
and the
it-
interesting thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like with me that's impossible.
I had a client of mine. She came to me. She had Crohn's disease, and she was about to have part of her bowel taken out for the 2nd time. And after a year of working together, she no longer has Crohn's. And she said, and I have texts. I can prove this. She says, I never would have believed you in my life that you could use 1 square of toilet paper to wipe your butt with. And she says, I only use 1 square. And she said, I had no idea that that was possible. And she had Crohn's.
But you're-
so
That's
go ahead.
awesome.
It's so thin. It's just. It's gonna,
I mean,
it's gonna
you-
go up your. It's gonna
you-
slip through the paper.
But you know how they say pinch
are
a
you doing
loaf?
single ply?
Have you heard that before? Pinch a loaf.
oh yeah,
yeah.
I can't do that.
Okay, well,
I gotta
that's
let
the
it all
whole
out.
point. I mean, if you literally pinch a loaf, your butt opens, it lets it out, and it closes. Nothing. Right? It's
Right.
not like the unicorn thingy where, you know, it's
Soft serve ice cream?
But
not
yeah,
like that.
Gabe, you're
Just
cutting
opens
you're
and
cutting
goes.
rope, man.
Yeah.
You're bending some pipe.
No, the thing is, like, if you sneeze in the middle of
I've never seen.
It's
Hello?
like, it's like hitting the air pocket in this ice cream machine.
your mud cutter's gonna close on that thing, and then it's game. You're gonna be
Okay,
there
you
wiping
s-
for an hour and a half.
Have you seriously sneezed during? I've never done that.
Oh, I have.
Really?
I have.
I've sneezed holding my shit.
The other day.
Okay, but holding, but like while you're actually going, you've sneezed.
Yeah.
Well, I call. Well, hold on.
I have bad allergies. So let's get that.
Yeah, you do. But I have. I've sneezed during. You know what? We're gonna get comfortable. Are you gonna get comfortable? You want to get comfortable?
I think
Karen,
he's
you're
past
comfortable?
I've already asked him how many
Okay.
sheets
So
he
there's sometimes like when you're not as just smooth sailing, and there's some times where you've kind of got to
Pray to
go
God.
grab something. We've all had those moments where you're a little constipated, right? Have you
yeah.
had those moments before?
That's
Okay.
where you're praying to God, please God. if
That's when
just
you
let
don't
this
want to
get out.
sneeze. That's when you don't want to sneeze because then it feels like a square peg coming out of a circle hole. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
don't want to sneeze like that. And I've sneezed like that one time, and I remember that.
I have never sneezed on the toilet. I just never. Wow.
Oh.
The other-
I didn't even know those two functions could go together.
Oh God, yes. So
they
one
can.
time I was standing up at the toilet. I had to pee, and I
And
had
you were
to poo,
standing up?
and I had to hold both at the same time
Oh, dear
because
Lord.
it was one of those like there's only
If you release one, the other one's
you
coming.
released one, and the other gets jealous that it didn't get to go before it, and
That's-
it's just like that's so not fair.
That's why there's waste bins in the bathroom. It's
Oh,
not for us.
So I mean, I'm not trying to get in massive detail, but two things were gonna happen. I was either gonna shit all over the back of the wall, or I was gonna super soaker in front of me. Either way, so it's like a Texas showdown. You've got to make a decision. how fast you can get down in Charlietown without spraying it down, and it happens. So I tinkled a little bit on the wall.
The other day,
That tinkles better.
I was sitting on the toilet and I was pooping, and I kind of it wouldn't like all come out like at the same time, and I felt it in my stomach. I was like, I just kind of wanted to push, but at the same time I was also hitting my bong, and I was sitting there, and then I had this, I was coughing, and I was choking.
Why
If
you
you're
cover your mouth?
Bong? Wait, you have the bong in, like, are your knees holding the bong?
No, I just hold it in my hand.
It's his toilet bong.
So yeah.
That's the one he keeps in the bathroom. Oh god, for
But not-
emergencies.
And then I had one of those coughs where like I just, and then like a potato gun like out my ass, like, and it was like so much like force. It sounded like a little M60. Like, pow! I was like, oh. And then like I felt that emptiness.
And then you knew it was going to be a good day, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you had another bong.
Yep.
So, Karen, actually, you called it. Were you watching? How did that happen? No.
What the fuck?
I
So,
think you
Karen,
met your match.
why is it like after certain shits that just make you feel just good to go, you come out feeling so. I guess it's an emotional thing too. You really feel emotionally like connected with yourself. You feel grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Like you come out of there and you just like, I feel so much better about things. I'm not mad at that person anymore. I think
You
I'll go
just
to work
watched
today.
Oprah's Christmas special or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, like you really feel like the Hallmark Channel was playing the entire time you were shitting.
Yeah.
And why is that? Is there like a connection between a good release?
Yeah.
And like the feelers up there?
Well, it's almost like sex. How good do you feel after an orgasm?
There are some shits where I come out of there feeling like it was just as good.
Right?
Sometimes I think pooping is better than sex.
I can agree
Really?
to that.
When it felt that
Especially
good,
when when you've had constipation and you've done all your praying and still not coming out and it finally comes out.
See, I'm not always. Well, let's talk about frequency because I probably can. I don't know. I probably can upchuck it twice a day, generally.
That's good.
About twice a day. First
That's
thing in the morning.
formed?
But now look,
Formed.
okay, yes. But now
Formed.
I got a question to ask, and
Okay.
everybody knows this, and this is a chronic problem. The moment I wake up, this is not a joke. I get up, I try to give my wife as much leeway as possible. Full disclaimers, babe, I'm about to get up. I sit up out of bed, the light switches on in there. I stand up out of bed and I'm walking and the door opens up and it's like I'm going to the bathroom because I'm that regulated. When I wake up, I've got to shit.
That's awesome. You're supposed to do that.
Okay, so
You're
it's not-
supposed to actually go to the bathroom, poop, crap, shit, whatever you want to call it. You're supposed to be in that loo taking a poo within the first hour of waking up.
Nice. So I'm good then.
We're good.
Nice.
Wait,
Okay.
but
cool.
wait, there's more.
There's more.
It depends on what you are depositing into the loo. So if it's a nice solid clunker where you're only using one piece of toilet paper,
It usually doesn't happen to me.
No,
right?
not the
so,
toilet paper amount. But.
Yeah, waking up first thing in the morning and going, yeah, you're supposed to do that, but it's supposed to be a nice, full, solid bowel movement that gracefully hits the toilets and just, leaves you with one piece of toilet paper to clean up afterwards.
What does your morning scratch look like in the morning? Whew. What is
awful.
that? What does it look like?
It looks terrible.
Like brown, green, yellow? Come on.
Is it like a busted
it's
balloon
like,
water?
It's like brown, but it's like a lot.
All over. So you eat a
Yeah.
lot of carbohydrates and
do
not
eat a
enough. You eat a lot of grains.
Call out.
I do eat
you
a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah, and some dairy
Uh-huh.
and not enough fiber.
Exactly.
But the dark brown
Oh,
is
shit.
good. So that means that your liver and your gallbladder are doing a good job of, releasing the biles and the bile acids and those kinds of things. So all you need to do is switch up your diet and add in more fiber so you get more of that horse poop we were talking about.
I never would have guessed your liver would be doing its job after what you've done to it. That's great.
Must
That's
be all
great.
that CBD.
It probably is.
So yeah, that's not the case for me. I've got to have like a couple cups of coffee in the morning. It's like Gabe and his bong. Like it gets me going. It gets everything started, everything flowing. Like that's what does it for me. I have to have at least a cup of coffee in the morning.
Right.
But it is like as soon as I finish a cup of coffee, like it's go time.
So what that coffee is doing is it's irritating the central nervous system and putting you from your sympathetic or your parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest, into sympathetic mode. So once you're in that sympathetic mode, do you ever get like the shakies kind of inside and you're like, ooh, after you've had that caffeine, or you just kind of like feel Yeah, so that's irritating the gastrointestinal lining. So your bowels are literally going, what the fuck, dude? I don't like this shit. Letting it out. So it's just like, gotta get the shit out. Gotta get it out. So it just, and that's what it's doing. And then it leaves you going, so then you go for more coffee. Now you're tired.
Yeah.
Right. But on the days where, let's say, you've had a little bit too much dairy and grains, it's kind of backed up. So when you have that coffee, it's almost like this big plug hits the toilet and you're just like, oh, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got to get rid of the coffee in order to be able to shit properly.
No.
That ain't
That don't work for me, Karen.
Do you ever pee and it smells like coffee?
Yes. No. Oh, it smells like my piss is literally sponsored
like
by
coffee.
Folgers Crystal.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
That means your body's not breaking it down, and your body's very unhappy with you drinking that coffee.
Oh, I drink way too much coffee.
Yeah, that's stress, man. That's gonna increase your stress, increases emotions, behaviors.
Yes.
Makes you all kind of cranky and bitchy on the inside. It's like you're having a PMS moment.
A little bit.
Poquito.
Yes, and that's not even a joke. She's like a shit whisperer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should change my name to. Shit Whisperer.
I feel like I just had my palm with
That's it. That's my new
Except it was
Instagram
your
handle.
ass.
Shit Whisperer.
And she pretty much explained to me my diet.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Okay, let's talk about odor. How are we on time? Are we doing good?
Yeah, we're still doing good.
Let's talk about odor. That's
Okay.
pretty important, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, man.
to everybody
when you're
else, yeah,
living
for
in-
sure. Everybody
And-
likes their own brand.
And when you're living in an RV, odor's everything.
Oh,
Trust me.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bloody hell.
So what's the spectrum of odor? What should it? When do you know something's going wrong?
I got Spectrum. Huh? I got Spectrum.
You have a spec?
Yeah, give us
Spectrum.
Oh
Spectrum.
my gosh.
What's your Spectrum?
No, that's the cable company that he just got
Oh,
installed today.
Spectrum. Oh, that's too bad.
Gabe just woke up.
Yeah, don't.
Good
bring
morning.
Cable. hello. Welcome to the show.
So what's
Yeah.
the spectrum of shit odor?
A great odor, if you've had a really good bowel movement and everything's working well and you were able to pinch that loaf, it should smell like compost. Maybe a little bit of an aroma, like a kickback of iron, just a tiny bit.
What's
Nope.
compost
That's about
smell like?
it.
Nope.
Compost. Have you ever been in the forest when it's rained and you can smell like all the leaves and everything?
Yeah.
You need to get outside more.
We don't have forests here.
No, but we did have I don't mean to interject, but we did just get some really good natural hot bacon steaming compost, and I know exactly what you're talking about. So like when you walk in the bathroom
Earthy.
and like someone just took a shit, yeah, earthy. Like someone took a shit and you're thinking like, oh, I thought it was gonna be a lot worse.
Yeah, it smells like it's an earthy smell. I'm going to use my husband here because I know he's never going to listen to this. So,
Oh man.
the Enigma.
One less fan.
So, so when he goes on his Heineken diet, and I still think he needs to brand that, he goes on his Heineken diet, he doesn't eat very well, drinks lots of Heineken, you cannot go in the bathroom after him. I mean, he could curl wallpaper. It's so brutal. There is
kind of
no
man.
air freshener alive, okay? But when he's on his game, which is the rest of the year, he takes lots of fiber, he eats well, he still has his Heineken and stuff, but his diet's different. I can literally go in the bathroom after him, and I don't even know that he's been in the bathroom.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
just the difference
Never
from...
in my life.
Never happens
Yeah.
to me. I go take a shit and it smells like a monkey threw a sack of dog shit against the wall. Matter of fact, one night I woke myself up and it was flatulence.
I've done that.
It's flatulence, right? So I mean, technically, what's coming out prior or after it's indicative of the way it stinks, right? I woke up, Karen, and I blamed the dogs. I woke up and I was like, damn, the dog shit on the floor. And I wake up, listen to the dog shit on the floor. And I turn my light on and the dogs are passed out, and I go,
Just to let you know, it is National Blame Somebody Else this week.
it is?
Yeah, on my Instagram this week, I actually went on WikiHow, and they had they were talking about bowel movements, and I think it was like number 3 was how to blame somebody else when you fart. Because every Friday I put a Friday fart laugh. So WikiHow number. Oh, I do. I have amazing, and everybody compliments me on my fart stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna keep this going. So I was I was trying to think of something for National Blame Week, Blame Somebody Else Week.
Yeah.
And so I went on WikiHow, and sure enough, it was like number 3, how to blame somebody else when you fart. So there you
See,
go.
Nice.
I'm not concerned.
The dog, that came up. Blame the dog.
Well,
Yeah.
if I fart, I'm not generally, and usually, if I fart, I'm not worried anybody's going to blame me for farting. It usually prompts people to look on their shoes because they're just convinced they stepped in shit. You know, it's like, I'm not worried. Like, oh man, someone stepped in dog shit.
I have taken, and this is no lie, you drive a diesel now.
Mm-hmm.
I have taken a shit where it smelled like diesel sludge before.
You got to lay off the diesel drinks.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, what is that?
That's the coffee, number one, right? And then you got to take in all of the other stuff. Like, I have a feeling that you're probably like a run through the fast food kind of guy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you say
yeah.
that a little louder?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what's happening is think about the ingredients in that stuff. I mean, it's literally sludge. And you hit the nail on the head. So the sludge that you're putting into the top of your tube is coming out the same at the bottom of your tube.
Top of my tube.
It's kind of like when you eat corn. You know that saying, pick the corn out of my shit?
Yeah.
You heard that before,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly that. You eat the corn, you shit the corn.
Why doesn't corn digest?
Because it's a, what do you call it? It's a insoluble fiber that your body just can't break down. We're not supposed to eat corn. Nobody's supposed to eat corn. Cows eat corn. That's it. The cows are the
What?
only ones who eat the corn.
Oh yeah.
Corn's delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it tastes
and your
good.
butt thanks you, and you could pick all the corn out of your shit when you're done.
Just boil it, reuse it again.
I'll just let it go. It's not that good.
Probably a moneymaker in there somewhere. Recycled corn.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you all
That's
recycle
awesome.
your water at one time here?
Yeah, we
Oh,
we
yeah.
we
Yeah.
did.
Somebody should start recycling corn.
Oh, I think we do. I don't. I'm just saying. I think like in the ag world, I think they do. Anyways,
What?
so Gabe, how does your shit smell?
It smells awful, but I got something kind of funny to tell you.
But let's hear it.
Like whenever when I drink, like sometimes, like it gets so bad. Like whenever I go to sleep and I get done drinking, like I get really bad gas. Like I don't know why, but like like in the middle of, I've done this like 2 or 3 times, but it's been so like punchy and like explosive and so like
But does it smell?
I don't know because I'm asleep.
How did you know what happened?
How do you?
Well, no, because
No.
it's been so loud and so hard and so much. Like I've woken up laughing like 2 times, twice. I woke up, I was like,
He's like Peter Griffin.
and then I went back to sleep. And then again,
Do you record yourself at night?
it's been that loud. I've
Do you
woken myself up before.
Oh, you've woke. I've done that.
Yeah, like fart and it wakes me up and I'm laughing because it's so
I've done that.
loud.
My wife has
Anytime.
told me that I do that. Mine kind of sounds like a pellet gun, though. It's like pop, 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 pop.
That's a poop pushing itself down.
I think that's what it is. I think it's like.
Is it really?
That's a turd. That's a turd pushing the air out.
That's
Kinda
what
like
I
a
said.
Jake break.
It's just like my shit's Jake break.
It's a good thing you live in a good area, so you can be hiding under the bed thinking there's shots. Drive-by shooting.
I just realized that is my shit's Jake break. He's like this fool's asleep. I'm not trying to wake him up yet. Slow your roll. It ain't time to come out yet. The light ain't turned on. Oh my gosh.
All right, so now I got a question.
Sure.
I don't think it's
Finally.
Well, go ahead.
It has like it's kind of related to poop, but walking farts. You know, every time you take a step. Does that have anything to do with like poop coming out, or is that just like you got a lot of gas and it comes out?
That's a
every-
lot of gas and gravity taking over, and there's probably a turd in there somewhere pushing that out, man. But I just wanted, do they smell? Because you were saying about the beer.
Oh yeah, typically my farts usually
But
always
when you have
smell.
those big ones,
Yeah.
and are you sure that there's a smell with them? The ones that kind of wake you up?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Well, because the big gas ones are actually from the carbonation of the beer, and
that makes
typically
sense.
they don't smell, or unless you chew gum. Do you chew gum?
No, not often.
Okay, 'cause if you chew gum and it's got that xylitol in it, you're talking major farts. Like you will walk down
Wow.
the street and fart because your body can't break that stupid stuff down.
Jared chews gum a lot.
Yeah.
Do your farts stink too, right?
No, they don't. They won't stink.
Oh, they don't?
Not with
They don't
xylitol.
stink.
So if I eat gum, I won't stink heavy.
Well, you're not supposed to eat
Well,
gum.
you're going
but
to
anyways,
stink
let's go
anyway
ahead.
because now you've got like the sludge going on plus the xylitol and Lord knows. You got to remember that stuff's been sitting in there from, and especially if you're constipated, anywhere from 48 to 72 up to a week. So that stuff's putrefying. So all that smell is putrefaction. You are literally you're like a freaking sewer.
Let me ask you a question.
That is
how are we
not
on
the
time,
first
Anthony?
time
How are we
he's
on
been
time, Anthony?
called a freaking
What?
sewer.
10 minutes.
Okay, we could do so much in 10 minutes. Okay, I got a question. What about enemas?
Enemas. What about them?
Well, I mean, is that something that's good?
What is an
people do
enema?
it? Well,
Yeah, are you talking colossus?
It's when a doctor loves a patient.
Yeah, too much and has a really big finger. No. Without the glove.
so like,
Whoa!
we got a story except it involved a pencil and a cat. So what about like coffee enemas? I hear a lot about that. Like
Yeah,
that's a real popular thing, I think. You ever heard that?
Coffee
yeah, and
enema?
yeah, coffee enemas. And it's a special. I wouldn't want to say it's a special brew, but it's a stronger type brew. But then it's diluted with water, and it's actually coffee. That came about with Bernard Jensen. He's really big in the health field. He's not around anymore. He's kind of like the Dr. Oz as far as I'm concerned. He's but way better.
Ooh,
what it does
take
is
that,
it-
Dr. Oz.
I know, right? Ching! It's what it does is it's going to stimulate that whole vagus nerve, which is a nerve that runs from the brain to the stomach, which is why you have like anxiety problems and those kinds of things. So your gut talks to your brain talks to your gut. It's back and forth. The coffee enemas, what they're supposed to do is just clean things out, but they won't give you that caffeine high at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people believe in coffee enemas. I know they believe in the, what do you call, I want to say colonoscopy, but that's the wrong word. What's the other one? Where you stick the tube up your butt with water?
That's what I was thinking. Enema.
No, enemas, that's a squeegee little thing. What do you call it? It starts with a C. It's a colo something. It'll come to me. Maybe tonight during Downward
What is
Dog.
it? A coloc.
Colo something. Anyway, hydrotherapy. Let's call
Colon
it that.
cleanse?
Something. It's hydrotherapy is the other word. Everybody will know what we're talking about if we say hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is where you take, and there's two different kinds of systems, but this one you take a tube, you put it a little bit up your butt, and you shove water up there. And it's supposed to clean you out.
Terrible.
That's where you're going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
An enema is like a saline solution that you buy at the pharmacy, and it's got a little tube on it with a bunch of holes, and you kind of put that up your butt, and then you squeeze it. That's when you're constipated.
Oh no, I don't
Never
have
had those problems. Okay, so
Well,
the other one is
just
hydrotherapy.
that one time that I sneezed and I never had one after that.
So that's hydrotherapy. If you look up hydrotherapy, you should
Just
be
to
able
clear
find it.
things up, do you drink the coffee?
No, you stick it up your butt. So that's like an enema.
Hold on.
Jared's like, I know what happens when I drink it. If I put it up my ass, I'm done.
So it's supposed to clean you out, it gives you better energy, and it's supposed to help stimulate your immune system. And I'm sure it does. I have this philosophy. Your asshole was built to have things come out, not go up. That's my philosophy.
Amen.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
That's my philosophy on assholes, not the ones who drive, just assholes in particular. So,
Gabe's like, I've got a video
And I
that
know-
contradicts that.
and I know that there are hydrotherapists out there who swear by it, but what I have seen is I think if you're going to do, did you find it? If you're going to do those we'll use the word hydrotherapy because we can't remember the other one. You've got to use probiotics afterwards because think about it. A lot of bacteria is in your colon and it's there for a reason because it helps break things down. It gives you your nutrients. It also helps stimulate your immune system, blah, blah, blah. So now you're shoving stuff up there, washing it out. It doesn't make sense to me, right? So at least if you are going to do that, do a probiotic afterwards.
Can't think of what it was called.
And if anybody says to you, well, I'm going to shove water right up until your ileocecal valve blows open, walk away quickly.
See,
Gabe's heard that before.
Gabe heard that.
Because your ileocecal valve is the valve that's closing off your small intestine and your large intestine. So your food comes through the small intestine, right? It goes through that valve. The valve opens up, boop, pop, drops into the first part of your large intestine, and then it goes through and then ends up a poo in the loo, right? If that valve becomes open, you're now allowing the bacteria that's supposed to be in your colon up into your small intestine, and that's when you start to get the funky farts, the funky shits, and you start you're.
So
just
how
start
do I
walking.
shut that sucker down? Because apparently
Yeah.
mine's open.
Right?
Yeah, don't do those hydrotherapies.
Oh, no, I don't do
number one.
those.
Yeah.
No.
So that's where you have to make sure that you're not constipated, and you also have to start working on your liver and gallbladder. And once you start doing that, that will help.
Was it
close
called a
that valve.
colonic?
Colonic.
That's
Woo,
what
ding,
it
ding,
is.
Ding, ding, ding. When are we
I
going to
kept-
dinner?
I can't.
Colonic. I know.
Not
Once you
drive-through.
get now I can't even think of the
Yeah,
other word.
colonic.
Colonoscopy.
That's what
yeah,
it is.
it's
Colonic.
colonic. Woohoo! We did it.
Now what? Told you I could think of it.
I thought that was a mixed drink.
It probably is.
It just goes up your ass. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, okay. So I don't know. What's your takeaway?
We got 5 minutes. Yep.
Okay. What's your takeaway?
I don't eat good.
You got some stanky farts that wake your ass up.
Yeah. I have a bad
Did I
diet.
tell you that? For you to realize that?
You're a diesel pusher.
Yes.
I learned that I got some Jake breaking up in my ass. That's what I learned. And it really does. It sounds like a bat hitting a tin wall. I mean, like, it's just like at night, right? I mean, Jared, you've stayed with me for a while. As a roommate.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that, Chris.
As a roommate. Down the hall. Okay, so anyways, yeah, Jake breaking and I shouldn't feel guilty for getting up and nearly shitting myself because you're supposed to do it within the first hour,
That's
right?
right.
It's true.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
true.
Apparently my body thinks in the first 10 seconds, but
Game time.
what about you, Jared?
I learned a lot of new things. Mainly that I shouldn't drink coffee.
Amen, brother.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna. So
but you don't. Your intestines sure don't need it.
right.
So just remember the next time that you have that instant rush blow, like everything's just flying out your asshole, but you feel really good, but you're kind of like at the same time ready for a nap.
Right.
That's the caffeine kicking in.
That's the
All right, that's the
caffeine
caffeine
kicking in.
and
Oh,
saying,
man.
"Holy shit, dude, don't stop doing this to me."
Let's start exporting this shit.
I mean, I don't know. I've left the bathroom sometimes feeling warm and tingly inside, like the wipes are just perfect. I didn't hurt my ass. You never had those? You just feel super good.
Oh, yeah.
We need to find more of
Those
those.
are the best ones because you're whole. Nobody can upset you. Not some road rager, not some freaking out female.
Yeah.
No one can get to you because you had your moment in the morning.
Yes.
I understand.
Hey, here's a lightning round question before we go. How long should you never hold your shit for?
Never. If you have to go, go. You're not
What if you
supposed to
can't?
hold it. What if you can't?
Uh huh.
You got to find something as quick as possible.
So
the
it's-
longer you hold it, the more water's going to come out, the more it's going to become like a bowling ball where you are now praying to God. You are willing to give him your first child to pass that poop.
Good lord.
Oh.
So the
I thought it was protein that did that.
It can, yeah, absolutely, if you're not getting enough water, because the more protein you bring in, the harder it is on your kidneys. And the harder it is on your kidneys, yeah, you don't have enough fluid for that because it raises that ash content, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So again, and coffee's dehydrating, so then you're going to end up with that bowling ball. Man. And I guarantee you,
bowling ball
every
in my
single one of you,
ass.
the next time you go to the toilet, who are you going to think of?
I'm thinking of you.
Of
Real
course.
quick, before we gotta
No, I'm
go.
the shit whisperer now.
Real quick before we gotta go. Okay, what color? What color is a bad color?
Bad color, anything but like a caramel to chocolate brown. Like you have some nice wood up there that's got some nice colored brown that we're looking for, like chestnut brown.
So why are people's shits green sometimes?
Oh, that's the liver not working well. That's the gallbladder not releasing enough
Look
bile.
at Jared. Hey, is your poo-poo green?
And if it's yellow, you're eating too many carbohydrates. And dairy, not enough protein.
But green's not good either.
Green is not good.
Unless you had some like chlorophyll supplements or something.
Sure, yeah.
But
or iron. Iron sometimes can make it look very, very
but if
good.
you're eating McDonald's all the time and
Oh,
it comes out green,
hell yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah, I think green shit and McDonald's goes hand in hand. Along with the runs and Lordy, let me make it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, well, if somebody wants to get in contact with you and talk about poop, how can they do it?
Oh, there's a couple of ways. HealthyGutAdvisor.com or my name, KarenLangston.com. I'm on Instagram as the Healthy Living. What is it? I don't even know what I'm called. I might change it to Shit Whisperer because I like that.
That is just awesome. I love that. That's awesome.
Healthy Living RV Adventure on Instagram, or if you just put in Karen Langston, I'm sure it'll come up. Just Google my name, I come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Karen Langston.
Langston. Langston.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So where are you off to next?
We're off to Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you're going to the South now.
We are going into the South.
Well, you started.
and then-
You're here.
And then, yeah, of course. I had to come here. I had to come and see you guys.
That's awesome.
I
We
was so
appreciate
super
it.
excited, and I'm not feeling nervous anymore. I was really afraid about, just being in so much testosterone, but I think I feel
Oh,
really
no.
good now. I feel like I just had an amazing shit. That's how
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Gabe, you want to close us out?
Nope.
No. Well, you're going to now.
Well, we had fun tonight.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in. Karen, we enjoyed having you over here.
Thank you.
It's been really, really fun getting back in the studio, getting back into here and entertaining you all. So
Absolutely.
thank you. I'm Gabe.
I'm
Someone
Jared.
else can say something else.
Well, that's somebody else was.
Oh yeah, let him
Jared.
answer.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Chris. That would have been a great intro, actually.
Congratulations, by the way, on your first video.
This is awesome.
This is awesome, and congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
studio.
Thank you.
I am
Thank you
very
very much.
proud
Thank
of
you
you
very
all.
much. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
So this
Karen.
is the first of many. And till next time, guys. Awesome. Thanks.
Adios.
Awesome. Go check out your shits.